Alright guys, so today we are doing another head-to-head little versus competition, and this one is a battle between two cameras that are similar and not really similar at all. One being the GoPro Hero 7 Black versus the Insta360 One X. Now both of these cameras have, I want to say, newer versions. GoPro Hero 8 Black is out now, and Insta360 has a 1R that is out now. So why am I putting these two cameras up against each other? Well, simply, you can find these two cameras on sale on occasion. I actually saw the Insta360 over $150 off recently. And same thing with the GoPro Hero 7. I've seen that one drop as well. So these two cameras have come down in price if you don't need the latest and greatest offerings from either of these two companies. I decided in 2020, why would we not see which one of these is the camera we, or you, should choose? So as you can see, I own both of these cameras. Now, just so you guys are aware, I bought both of these cameras. These were bought and paid for with my money. And I did a lot of research into both of these cameras. And there's certain reasons that I like owning both of these cameras. The Insta360 One X, I never thought I would love having a 360 camera as much as I actually do. Now, if you're into producing all kinds of cinematic stuff, really, is a GoPro going to be better? Yeah, a little bit maybe, just because it has that extra resolution to play with and you really get to use it more like a traditional camera. But if you're really going for that cinematic stuff, you know, you should be going to grab yourself a mirrorless or a DSLR or something like that. But for those of us that are using this for their real purpose, really, which is just capturing stuff, capturing the moment, doing vlogging, you know, little tiny travel cameras where you want to be able to see everything, then these two, in my opinion, are kind of top of their game, especially bang for buck. So let's talk about them first. Both of them out of the box don't get a lot. You get kind of the camera, battery, not a lot else. That's kind of what you get. Now, the bonus of the GoPro here, for those of us that want to use this for a little more, I want to say, extreme-y type things, you know, extreme, or you think it's extreme, maybe. That's probably more like it. You think it's extreme. Is that right out of the box, without a case, without anything, this thing is waterproof. So don't take it deep sea diving. On my last holidays, I used it swimming and in the pool and all kinds of stuff, and it was rock solid. So that's a huge win. Insta360, no, not waterproof. Not this version. The Insta360 One X, not waterproof. The new R is. This one requires a case. So they do have a dive case, or they do have what's called a venture case. I actually have the venture case, and again, it works great, does its job. Let's talk about physical specs. Well, on paper, if you're not really sure, the Insta360 One X looks like it is higher in resolution, as it claims 5.7K, whereas the GoPro 4K. But you have to remember that that 5.7K on the 360 camera on this fella is both lenses put together. Really, if you are spinning it around in 360, you're going to get full 5.7K encompassing. Most of us are going to use this as an action camera, where we are gathering information from one of the pivot points, and because of that, we're only getting HD. So we're going to be capturing just 1920 by 1080, so full HD. Now, a lot of us, that's what we edit in anyway, so having 4K, not a huge thing. But this is 4K, and it's 4K image stabilized at 30 frames as well as 60. So you do get some bonuses in that frame rate. Here, for instance, you do have some high speed rates. So you do have the ability to drop down to 3K, but I believe it is, to do 100 frames per second. But that image takes a huge hit, really huge hit. So if you're looking at slow motion stuff and quality of image, the GoPro's got you there for sure. It's definitely going to be better. But the 360 gets everything. So there are times that you're shooting with something like a GoPro, and if you're not paying attention, especially if you're shooting yourself, you realize you're off frame, or you're not even on frame, or what you captured wasn't where you wanted it. 360, you can just position it. That's so nice. It's such a nice feature, and I use that a lot while riding, because if my wife, for instance, is beside me or there's something out there that I want to see, I can actually have the camera track and move with it. It's just mounted. Can't do that with the GoPro. If it's not pointing at the subject, you don't get it. That's a win for the 360, without question. Just a 360 camera in general. And realize GoPro does have their own 360 camera, so if that's something that you want to look at, that's also an option. But I like the Insta360. I like their software. Audio, well, it's not even close. Not even close. If you're looking for audio without any extra microphones or anything, the GoPro, hands down, not even a question, just destroys the Insta360. Period. Just, if that's important, you're done. Choose this one. But is it usable? Yeah, it's usable. That's kind of it. It's you'll see when we roll some of the footage. You'll hear it. You'll see what I'm saying. Now the other big win of the GoPro, of course, is that you can get an external mic setup. You can get the USB to 3.5 adapter, which allows you to plug in external mics. Is it an additional cost? Yeah. But can it do it? Yeah. So can you get even better sound? Yeah. A win. Definitely a win. I'm gonna now show you some footage that I took earlier on today because I knew I was gonna be doing this video. I just went out because I had to get the car worked on, so I figured why not shoot some stuff with both cameras. That's coming up right now. You guys can take a look at it. I will put labels on them for when we switch audio back and forth or which camera is showing. We'll come back and talk after you guys get a watch. It's a little long, so strap in. All right, so we've got both cameras hooked up here, and I'm going out to get my car's oil change. So I figured it would be a good time for us to kind of just see the difference in the quality of the two cameras. And that's kind of what this part is. So you get to see a little bit of, like I said, the quality of the video. Where's my keys? Where's my keys? There's my keys. As well as the audio. So the one thing to be aware of is the GoPro does have the ability with some external stuff to be able to add an external microphone. So that's kind of important to kind of know. But this one, we are looking really at how well the camera stabilize, how well they do in this kind of light, and the quality. So the Insta360 is recording at its full, so it's doing its 5.7K, but it does come down to 1080 when it's exported out, because it's 5.7K with both cameras. It's hard to talk and unlock my car. And the GoPro we have recording in full 4K. Yeah. So getting in the car here. Look how cold it is in here. See that? How cold? It's frosty. So frosty this morning. Alright, so you get a good chance to be able to see the quality of the two and really see, turn that vent down a little bit, in different kind of lighting environments and stuff. I'm gonna actually put my wipers on here. Oh, that's my high beams. That maybe. Fluid. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to head out now. I'm going to have to put my seatbelt on, and we'll see you at the car dealership. Yeah, get my car worked on. Cold. Cold again. Yuck. Alright, so we're here at the car place, the mechanic shop, getting my oil changed and get my bag. Oil changed and it's slippery. Get my brakes looked at because they've been making a squeaky sound. So I figured, got the day off, good time to do this. Why not? Yeah, see the ice? Look at that ice. It's weird when you're used to the 360 camera, because the 360 camera doesn't really require you to really be staring at anything, whereas the GoPro does. So anyway, here we are, Big National, getting the car looked at. All right, we'll be back, I guess. All right, so it looks like we're going to be here for about an hour or so. So I'm just waiting for the car to get fixed. Yep. that's it. And this is, I got Netflix, so that's good. And my computer, so that's good too, I guess. Alright, see you guys when the car's ready, I guess. Maybe I'll go outside, do some testing with this while I'm waiting. Yeah, maybe we'll go do that. That should be okay. Alright, so I'm outside. And you guys get a little test, I guess, just to see things like stabilization. So putting the Insta360 One X up against the GoPro Hero 7. Just doing some standard walking, because that's primarily what we're doing, right? Walking. And one of the bonuses, I guess, of the 360 is that, you know, with the GoPro, I have to make sure that it's pointed at me. Not that that's a huge issue, but if I'm staring around and I get, you know, my attention goes somewhere else, then I have a tendency to realize that I'm not centered in the frame anymore, or I'm not where I want it to be, or because I don't have a screen with either one of these, it's hard to make sure that it's perfect where you want it. Not with the 360 camera, right? That's a huge one. Now the quality takes a bit of a hit, for sure, because of the fact that you're only going to get HD. You're not going to get the 4K like you do with the GoPro, which that GoPro quality actually really good. Really happy with it, really nice colors. Both of the cameras suffer a little bit in low light, but that's not primarily what we're using cameras like this for. You know, we're capturing the moment. So it's nice outside. It's bright. I'm in the shade, but you guys get an idea. Now, the bonus is if I want to show you what's in front of me or to the side of me, I can do that quite nicely with the 360 camera without having to turn the GoPro. With the GoPro, I have to do this. Right now we're shooting the other way. With the 360 camera, I wouldn't have had to do that. So I do like the fact that I can capture everything. I'm excited when the 360 cameras get a bit more resolution, so they're able to shoot, you know, 8K or so. At least so that their output, I guess, will continue to be in 4K, not 1080. So yeah, that's about it. We're gonna go out into the sun a bit more. There's ice on the ground. That's so good. Here we go, out in the sun. That's cool. I don't want to walk in a street part, so I'll walk here. So again, see, I'm not holding the camera right. I miss myself every once in a while. So there's someone also walking beside me. So you're probably wondering, what is he doing? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, let's do a little run. I got my coffee, so I don't want to run too much. But again, we're going to check for vibration. So a bit of a run here, just to get an idea of stability with these cameras and not spill my coffee. Because I need my coffee. All right, I'm going to slow down. We'll do one where we spin. Same concept. We'll do a little run and not spill my coffee. You guys get a good chance to hear the audio as well. All right, slow back down. You shouldn't be out of breath. I'm not horrible, I guess. That's all right. All right, so we got some good looking around. And this is where I bring my car, just so you guys know. A little free advertising for National. They're an auto finance company, but they have a great mechanic. But sadly, they're moving. That's sad. I'm a little out of breath. Gotta get back to the gym again. All right, we're gonna head in and wait some more for the car. All right, let's go back in. I can't open the door. Here we go. All right, guys, so I'm back at home, but I wanted to show you one more little thing. I thought it was important because recording all the other stuff, I was in just the wide mode of the GoPro, which is great, and it's pretty much what I would normally use. But watching the two videos side by side kind of was an unfair comparison to show how wide the Insta360 was in comparison to the GoPro. So the GoPro does have like an ultra wide or a super wide, which is what I'm recording in now. And of course it does allow the image stabilizer to be on as well. So pretty cool. So if you want that super wide, this is it, right? So you should get even more stabilization with the super wide because of the fact that it's got more information to kind of get or gather, because it, as far as I know, shoots a little more up and down, and it just gets more stuff, which is good. But I find for things like vlogging it may be a little wide. But if I was mounting this on, let's say, my motorcycle or doing some extreme sports, wider is always better because you want to be able to make sure you capture what it is that you were trying to capture, I guess. Anyways, thought I'd throw this in there. There's a super wide on the GoPro versus the full version or the wide of the 360 cam. All right, going back inside, and I'm gonna go look at all the footage, and we'll talk about it. All right, so we're back, and I hope you got a good chance to see the difference. None of these files or clips were altered in any way. The audio is raw out of those cameras. The image is just running their own stabilizers, nothing added after, and the color is just out of camera. No modifications, no nothing. So you get a good idea of it. There's no way for me to tell you which camera to get because I'm super happy with both. There's definitely reasons to have a GoPro, and then there's definitely reasons that I really enjoy having the Insta360. If audio is important, then honestly, I think there's no question you have to go to the GoPro. It is what it is. The GoPro's got way better audio. And the fact that you can add an external mic to this setup just completely throws the win over to the GoPro. Also, if you're looking for the highest quality of image, because of the fact that the GoPro shoots in actual 4K, it has all kinds of frame rates. Their stabilization is fantastic. That's probably a GoPro win as well. But if you're looking for something that you have the utmost flexibility of capturing the event, if you want to know that you're going to be able to capture everything, you're not going to miss anything because you're pointing here and something happens here, or it happens behind you, or the 360 camera has got it. That is super huge for me. I love having one camera that can shoot forward and shoot backwards, and I can mix footage, and it's just like having a whole bunch of cameras pointing in all kinds of directions, and I think that's super fantastic. Is the quality of it as good as the GoPro? No. Does that necessarily matter? Well, it does. I like having that flexibility. I think that's just as important for me, if not more so. Is the audio usable? Meh. Yeah. Most times when I'm using the 360 camera, I'm not usually using the audio from it. I'm using the audio from something else. So I'm gonna throw that out there. Now I don't know if the R is better. I hope it is, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. And last but not least, if you are someone that wants to be able to do stuff where this may get wet, the bonus of the GoPro is that it doesn't need an external housing. It's ready to go. So if you're shooting in dry scenario and then something happens and it gets splashed, no worries. You have a 360 and something happens, it's time to worry because it's not waterproof, and you don't want to shoot with the enclosure on it unless you want to, because now you're shooting through an extra piece of glass or plastic, and that's going to hurt the quality of the image. Too much yapping. Too much yapping. Is there a solid winner here? No, I don't think so. It really depends. If you have a camera, mirrorless, another action camera, a GoPro, whatever, then I think a 360 camera should be in your arsenal. If it's the Insta360 One X, the R, or the GoPro Max, I don't know. They're all great cameras nowadays. Be aware, if you are working with the footage of a 360 camera, it needs a fair bit of horsepower and or a fair bit of time, because it's hard footage to work with. Adds a couple extra steps for sure, but in my opinion, totally worth it. All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you there. GoPro Hero 7 versus Insta360 One X. Which would you choose? If you had to buy one of these two cameras right now, which one would you go get? Leave a comment. I'm curious to see what you guys think. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna put links to both of these cameras below if you're interested in picking one up, because honestly, they're both awesome. They're awesome cameras. And as a side note, just so you guys know, we're going on a trip right away, and I'm gonna be bringing both these cameras, so you'll be able to see real world footage. And I'm gonna try maybe to set a day for each camera to do a vlog test, maybe. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as per the usual, we will see you guys in the next video. Later, my friends.